Hi, I'm Phyllis from the Doll Corner, and today I want to show you what I'm working on. I've been working on another quilt, a real old UFO, and I finally got everything I needed to work on it. Years ago, I embroidered this rose on some quilt blocks, and they've sat. And once in a while, I open the box and say, oh yeah, I've got to get those done. Well, then a year or so ago, I was in a fabric store, fabric land, and I found some of this red dotted material, and I thought, that will go with the white dots and the rose. So, okay, I bought that, and it all sat away. But I wanted something for the corners, and I didn't want just a square block. So I came across this green, and I thought, that'll work with the leaves. So I got started out there about a week ago, and I started putting it together, and I used, I don't know whether it shows up on the camera, but this has it's white with a little red dot. So I used one for each of the cornerstones, and I made a 6-inch border, and then the alternating blocks, and then a white sashing all the way around, or border. And I'm going to show you how I have all the sections made now, and I want to show you how I put it together. I cut my sections of backing just a little bit larger than sections. I put together, this has got 2 rows with 1 row of sashing with the cornerstones. So this section, I have it quilted from here to here, and this, I worked on this amount, this section, and now I've added this section. So I've left it about 1.5 inches here, so I can fold this back, line up my quilt, and sew it the length of the row I have. Then give it a press, and then I add my section of batting by zigzagging them together. And then for my backing, I sew it, and then when I get all that done, I can line it up, smooth it all out, and I press this, and I press this, of course, but try to avoid the batting. Depends on what kind of batting you have, but this is kind of this would melt if it got hot, touched with the iron, I think. So then when I get this all straightened around, spread it out, and I pin it, this section. And when I get it all pinned, the whole length of it, I start quilting over where I left off here. Well, usually I start going down this way, and then I start going this way, and then I do the border last. And you see, I start back here. I don't always finish at the same row. I come, this one's down a little further, this one's up here, this one's just there. So it's sort of stagger them a little bit. And then I start there and quilt this section down to about the same distance, 1.5 inches or 2 inches, just wherever I want to stop. So now I just have to finish pinning this. And then quilt this section. And when that's all quilted, I add my next couple rows of blocks and line them up and sew them on. So I find it's kind of a fun way of doing it. And then I five blocks this way, and there'll be 6 this way. It'll end up about 65 by 75, I think. Close to that anyway. I only had the 30 blocks, so I couldn't make it any larger. And so I find it's an easy way of doing it. This part is always to the left of my machine, so I'm only working with a section about like this while I'm quilting. And I find it really an awful lot easier than I've tried to do the whole big quilts on my machine, and I have done them, but I find it really difficult. It's hard on the shoulders and the neck and all those things, trying to shift it. This way it's quite easy. And there's no, by quilt as you go, there's no hand stitching to this method. So that's what I've been working on this last 1.5 weeks. I want to, if you are interested, or if you want to share or give me a thumbs up, would be great. Subscribe to my channel to see what I'm up to next. I think I'm going to work on another doll. Not sure, but I think that's what I'll be doing next. So just keep watching. And thanks a lot for watching and giving me the thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram. And thanks for watching. Bye now.